All right, guys, we're coming back at you again this week with some breaking news in the gaming sphere. We're going to talk about games again. We had a video last week, but the audio was fucked, so we just decided to scrap it entirely. So sorry about that if you're really fiending for more content. But today we're going to be talking about Xbox because Xbox decided to give everyone the shaft. And Brock and I were just reading an article about how apparently Microsoft was very profitable last year. Like they made a revenue record high of $5 billion last year with Game Pass and all that. And apparently the pay model for how developers and creators and stuff that go through the Game Pass program get paid, because that was always a bit of a concern of mine, because the question always remained in the back of my head, hey, if they're releasing these brand new games that are priced at $59.99 or $69.99 depending on the game, which are leaning more towards $69.99, which is $75 and some change after tax, like how is everybody making money off of this? How are the developers able to actually churn this out and sell this game for its original price as well as have it on Game Pass? Like that shit just didn't make much sense to me. But I guess it works out because at the Tokyo Game Show, the president got interviewed, and that's what they said. They made a record high of $5 billion. They're changing up the pay model for developers and stuff, and it's since it's going to be good for gamers and everything. And apparently, and this might be a bit conjecture, but not conjecture, but this might be misinformation, or this might have just been because this article was a fluff piece, because it came out on the 30th to get people to more or less swallow the pill of the increase of Game Pass. If you don't know, the highest tier of Game Pass is increasing from $19.99 and to $29.99. So we're seeing a 50% increase in price. I don't know if that's across the board. I forgot to look at the image because the lower tiers didn't really interest me personally because I have the highest tier, and I believe Brock has the highest tier of Game Pass as well. And
And
at
I
the same,
shouldn't. I've just been
yeah,
wasting money having that. In a matter of fact,
yeah, Brock doesn't play much besides shooters, but I'll dabble in whatever they have. And I know Game Pass gives you exclusives. I say that in quotes, exclusive deals and discounts and stuff like that. Like I did get a few games from the 360 era and stuff like that for like dirt fucking cheap, such as the Fear games and the Darkness, if you remember those classics that came out on 360. Surprise! I don't know how the Darkness 2 did. It must have not done well, or maybe the studio shut down or whatever. But it didn't get a sequel, so I don't know. But you can still get brand new games sometimes. Like for example, the Ninja Gaiden Black remaster came out. Um, that was completely free. I hadn't really been much of a fan of Ninja Gaiden, but once I got the game, it was pretty fun. Hard as hell. But upcoming, some of the heavy hitters are the Outer Worlds 2. Some people didn't like the Outer Worlds 1. I enjoyed it. And the new Ninja Gaiden is actually coming out for free on Game Pass day one. And that's probably why they were at Tokyo. That is why they were at Tokyo Game Show recently, like a few days ago, as a matter of fact. And they also talked about strengthening the president of Xbox talked about strengthening their relationship with their Japanese developers. So Rock was telling me about this too. The new Silent Hill is coming out. Silent Hill 2 is coming out soon to
yeah, finally, like that's the reason why I'm gonna cancel this shit. Quite personally, because there's nothing. The last time I downloaded a game off of Game Pass, it was Black Ops 6, and I only got it because it was free. And it was garbage. I reached level 10 and then immediately fucking quit playing that. All the games that I want to play, all I have is an Xbox. So all the games that I want to play, like, yeah, Silent Hill F, I can't play that now. Silent Hill 2, that was on PlayStation for a year before it's supposed to be coming out on Xbox soon. I wanted to play Helldivers 2, but again, I think that it just came out on Xbox. I'm hearing from John. I don't know, because that wasn't an exclusive for the I mean, it wasn't on Xbox for the longest time. Stellar Blade, that's another game I couldn't play. There's just a variety of games that I've wanted to play lately that aren't coming out on Xbox. I was really excited for the Perfect Dark, the new Perfect Dark. That got canceled. A bunch of other games got canceled. I mean, and I got this news brought to me. Microsoft actually came to my door. They knocked on the door. I went and I opened it up, and they're like, "Oh, hey, we're from Microsoft." And I was like, "Oh, hey guys, how's it going?" And then they fucking held me down and they fucked me in my ass. They didn't even spit on their dick before fucking me. And then I was like, "Guys, that's not really nice." And they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Game Pass is going to be costing you $30 a month now." So I only really need it for Xbox Live, so I'm just gonna downgrade to the lowest tier. Oh, but if you love Fortnite, if you're a child, they got some Fortnite deals I'm hearing about, and now you can play shit off of the cloud. I don't know. There's no reason to.
Well, that's old. Playing cloud gameplay, that's pretty old, man. Like
Well, I heard something about cloud. It needs to be expensive because cloud for some reason.
I don't know about that. Maybe they're adding more games to being able to be streamed, basically. But I've tried streaming. I've tried streaming games from the cloud, man, and specifically I tried one game. Let me not say I tried an extensive amount of games. I've tried streaming Battlefield 5 whenever it had a little bit of a resurgence, and it had got put on for cloud gaming, and it ran like shit, and it was just god awful. And like we have pretty good internet here, and I wire my fucking Series X straight to the router, so my
Yeah, we have the best tier internet for
I'm
sure.
going as my data or whatever, my transfer data or whatever is like as good as it possibly can be, and it was still fucking terrible. So that pretty much made me swear off games. I'm sure on less demanding games it could be great, but I know for one thing, for Battlefield 5, it is not great. And the other thing behind this is Xbox is doing this for no reason. Xbox is doing this.
Yeah,
just
I think that
as
they
a
make
fuck
plenty of
you.
money. Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I don't know if this is true, but what I've been hearing is that the Black Ops 7 is not going over well. And there's something about this merger between Activision and Xbox. They've spent a lot of money on that merger,
Yeah.
and now they're trying to look for some way to recoup the costs because of the negative reception of Black Ops 7. Because Black Ops 7, from people are just saying that it's pretty much BO6, except now it's got a future skin and you can bounce off the walls, but the skill-based matchmaking completely ruins the fucking game. Like, not every playlist should be a ranked playlist. You should have that exclusively on the ranked playlist, and they just never learn their lesson. But regardless, it's not doing well. Battlefield 6 appears to be blowing it out of the water, which I'm actually really excited for. I played the beta, liked it a lot. I'm hearing really good things. If Battlefield 6 is good, I'll probably be on that every fucking day. And I got high hopes for that. I can't wait for that shit to come out. But yeah, it seems like just because of Black Ops 7 being so poorly received that they're needing to increase the price on Game Pass. And I heard that it's been so bad, no matter of fact, that on their website crashed because of so many people just canceling that shit. So I would actually recommend everybody to go ahead and just cancel it, just because maybe they could get the message that way that people don't like this shit. And if they lose more money as a result of increasing the price, maybe they learn their lesson. I would just say cancel it, just in a form of a boycott to these motherfuckers.
Yeah, because and it's not really a deal anymore. Like at $20 a month over the course of a year, that's $240. Now at $30 a month, it's $360 a year. Now,
Just like the old console, John, 360.
yeah, haha. But if we just did the math, like let's say you get 4 games a year that you really like, if for whatever reason you like COD and you really want to play COD, like for full disclosure, I haven't owned a COD since Advanced Warfare because that was the last game that I actually thought would be cool.
I stopped after
Bro-
MW3, but I did come back for 2019 because my buddy let me borrow his game share, and I did enjoy that over the pandemic. And then I came back for MW2, skipped all the ones in between that, and then it was the same fucking game. People seem not to, they bitched about it. They're like, this game sucks, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, it's the same game. You guys just don't remember, just 3 years went by. And I did get MW3 because of all of the, I really like those MW2 maps. Those MW2 maps were fucking awesome. And it was the same game again, but the gimmick got me. I do like those maps. I played that. Got Black Ops 6 because it was free on Game Pass, and I actually quit playing it at level 10 because in Gunfight, they removed the in-between, like in between the matches, you could still talk to the other players. They removed that. So I couldn't talk shit to the enemy team. So then I was so upset I couldn't talk shit to the enemy team in between matches that I pretty much just quit the game.
Yeah, and that really says a lot about your game to where the gameplay or anything like that isn't what really draws you. It's the possibly being able to hear a slur from somebody else. So, yeah, I haven't played, like I said, I bought Advanced Warfare. I thought Advanced Warfare was pretty cool. A lot of people didn't. I was one of the people who did, and yeah, I feel like it got the shortest end of the stick because Infinite Warfare came out after that, and I was like, nah, I'm good off that. I didn't even bother giving COD a chance with MW 2019 because I was like, I'm just not doing it. I already know how this is gonna go. I'm not about to get back on this cyclical pattern.
Just to clarify, I quit after MW3, and I do believe that was in like what 2011 or 2012.
I don't remember.
So I skipped forever until 2019. So it was, like I said, that brought me back, and mainly it was because free and pandemic. So whatever. But other than that, I'm not fucking with the new shit. It looks identical to everything that came before it, except now you can bounce off walls, which sounds like an actual. You liked Infinite Warfare. Sounds like a downgrade from Infinite Warfare, because on Infinite Warfare you could run on walls and jetpack. This is just a wall bounce.
Well,
that's the only new shit you got going
on. What it's seeming like
on.
it's more gonna be a little bit like is I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're trying to recapture Titanfall 2 because I believe in Black Ops 2 you could do that type of stuff. I don't know. Please feel free to correct us if we're saying anything wrong about COD whatsoever.
Didn't like Black Ops 1.
We won't care. I won't. I damn sure won't care. I don't play. I swore off the fucking franchise entirely, so I really won't care. And you know, I say all this shit. I hope for the people who do play COD, it's not to shit on them, but like at the same time, we got to face facts. Like Modern Warfare, I've said this ad nauseum in private. COD has been coasting off the reputation it got from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare era, Call of Duty 4, and Modern Warfare 2. After that, I feel like I don't know. They just haven't been able to recapture that. And even after a certain point, since what happened with Modern Warfare 2 original, where a bunch of the problems couldn't get fixed because basically Infinity Ward split. And that's what and a lot of people went on to make
Titanfall.
Yeah, Titanfall, which was Respawn Gaming, and then they fucking EA took Titanfall behind the shed and put it out of its misery. The closest thing we have to Titanfall now is Apex Legends, because apparently it takes place in the same universe. But that's regardless. I don't play COD. I don't have any intention of playing COD. COD would have to be so great for me to even think about coming back to it, to where the standard for me to come back is literally impossible.
It's also it's so fucking goofy now with all the skins. I can't take it serious. I used to feel like, you're playing a military shooter, and those skins that people buy, I think that's mainly women and children. A lot of females play video games now.
You'd be surprised, nigga.
You'd be surprised how many female.
No, I'm saying
dudes.
You'd be surprised.
No, how many grown men? Yeah, you're right. A lot of them do too. But I don't like being killed by Peter Griffin with the Willy Wonka gun. It just looks stupid. It literally reminds me of Fortnite. I don't like it at all. They're changing that. Well, that's not going to be happening in Battlefield 6. So I'm 30. So I'm as Gen Z would say, I'm unk status, and I'm not fucking with that shit. So
I'm just sick of the same thing every day. You know, how many times can I have my favorite meal before it gets, sickening? And it's not just Activision Blizzard because I believe they bought them for like 74 billion or somewhere in that ballpark area. They also bought ZeniMax and Bethesda for like 7 point something billion. And Starfield didn't do anywhere near as good as what they wanted it to do. It had a bunch of issues. I had high hopes for Starfield. I thought it'd be pretty cool. And the thing about it is, like, it just launched in a bad state. After so long, you feel like they boasted about having so many planets. A lot of the dungeon interiors were the same things, and by dungeon I mean just the places where you go to shoot enemies and stuff like that. And I remember I was thinking about making a hand-to-hand combat build on Starfield, but they didn't have any hand-to-hand weapons or any weapons that would go under hand-to-hand. Like, this is supposed to be, I believe it's an M-rated game. There's no, like, gore. I wanted Fallout in space. That's what I truly wanted, which is why I set my hopes up, because another mainline Fallout game would be pretty good to have right now. I thought they would remaster Fallout 3, but no, they gave us Oblivion remastered, and it's all right. I wasn't that big a fan of Oblivion. I played the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remastered a little bit. I got a few hours on it. It's just like I kind of dropped it because like more things that actually interested me came out. Excuse me. And I don't know, man. I just don't want it. If they would have released Fallout 3 remastered, that would have been a godsend for a guy like me, because like I'll still play Fallout 3 every now and again. I'll still play New Vegas. Fallout 3 is better. I uh, uh New Vegas is a better game. New Vegas is a better game from gameplay standards and RPG mechanics, but Fallout 3 is the better Fallout in my opinion. I played 4. I played a lot of 4 too. I enjoyed 4, but it fell short on so many things. It was like I don't know, man. It kind of the Flanderization of Fallout is, I feel like, what it did. It restricted you from creating a character based around actual skill points and stuff, and it was just your special. And then like you could have just about almost any perk at any level, so long. Well, they were still level requirements, but you could just up your special however you wanted to up your special. There was no level cap and stuff like that. And I don't know, the point behind stuff like that, especially in RPG, is you make your character. If you make a character and you can just end up being a jack of all trades, then well, that kind of defeat the purpose of it being an actual RPG. You're not playing a character at that moment. You're just playing Jack, the jack of all trades or whatever. And I don't know. We kind of went on a little tangent here, but fact of the matter is, I didn't even talk about the math as far as how much you would spend versus how much on games individually versus how much you would spend on Game Pass. Game Pass as a year would be $360 for this new price whenever it kicks in with Game Pass Ultimate. But a new game is like, let's say $75. Some of them, again, some of them still price them at $59.99, but some get more games, more AAA studio games go towards $69.99. And with tax, that's like $75. Let's say you do spend $75 on a game. So you get four. You might get 4 games. You might get 4 games a year. Here, might, heavy emphasis on that might. And if you get 4 games a year at $75 an hour, excuse me, $75 a game.
$74 an hour.
Yeah, $75 an hour. I fucking wish. $75 a game. That's 300 right there. So it would be cheaper. It would legitimately be cheaper for you to take take a gamble, take a risk, live a little, to spend your money, potentially waste your money on a brand new game that you think is like kind of mid to to you dislike it, or maybe you might enjoy it a lot. And it would be cheaper to do that, to test the waters with 4 brand new games, than it would be for you to buy Game Pass, and hopefully those games get on Game Pass. As far as I know, there's only 2 games that interest me coming up now that are on Game Pass. that are coming to Game Pass, like we said before, the new Ninja Gaiden and the new Outer Worlds. And I'll spare you me repeating the same thing, but I don't know, man. Like a buck 50 for two games versus like I know maybe the rest of the year that'll be like it's the 10th now, so 2 months. So a buck 50 versus $60 is one thing, but I don't know. I do know actually. I can't. This just isn't sustainable, man. I already pay so much, and like I already have X amount of subscriptions. I can't afford another fucking subscription fee or an increase on the subscription fee. I can. Do I have the? Will I have the money for it without it hurting my pockets? Most definitely. But you know, it's a principle thing. I'm not trying to spend this much money. I'm not trying to. It's basically like I'm paying for cable, but with video games, and no, thank you. Just no, thank you.
And you know, $360 a year. I'm only interested in Battlefield 6, Silent Hill when it comes this month, and then apparently Helldivers is already on there. I'm hearing from John. I didn't know that. I'll buy that too. If that's, I'll probably.
Yeah, I don't think that's on Game Pass. I think that's something you could have got without Game Pass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not these things are going to be coming to Game Pass anyway. So, and it takes forever for these games to go from PlayStation to this and PC to this console, like a year. That Silent Hill 2, Sony had it for a year until it's allowed to come to us on Xbox, and it's not going to be on Game Pass, so I'm going to be spending money on it anyway. So, Resident Evil 9 is something else I'm interested in. The games that I'm interested in probably won't be on Game Pass anyway. So there'll probably be no games on Game Pass this year that I'll even download. So all that other shit, why am I spending that much? There's no reason for me to spend that kind of money. So yeah, fuck that shit. I'm definitely just going to go to the lowest tier so I can just play online. And that's the only value it really has to me. I don't know why they would do this. It seems like self-sabotage. It seems universal that nobody actually digs that shit.
No, it's the boiling of the frog, man. No, increase the price a little bit here. Do you know about the boiling of the frog thing?
Yeah.
The expression? Like, yeah.
I know it all too well.
You slowly
you gotta
increase
slowly
the temperature.
increase. You can't just go straight to...
You can't dump the frog in boiling hot water. He'll try to jump out. But if you gradually raise the temperature, he'll just
The frog will just sit there.
Yeah, the frog will just sit there, and he'll get more and more used to the temperature, more and more used to the temperature, more and more used to the temperature. And then eventually,
it's a political strategy, as a matter of fact. But it works in every other regard.
We're not talking. Yeah, it works with literally everything.
It works with everything. Like, you know, anything that you could think of, you just kind of slowly get there. Then by the time you're there, you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah. But I advise you all to do the same thing.
Just boycott
for the sake of
For
the sake of the rest of the year, I might. Since it's October 4th at the time of us filming this, I don't know when it's supposed to kick in. If it kicks in before the year is up, I may sit with it for these next couple years for the sake of me getting the new Ninja Gaiden and the new Outer Worlds. But beyond that, I don't see that happening. Like, man, like I said, the value, the amount of new games that Xbox would have to put out on Game Pass would have to be it would have to be greater than, it would have to be more than 4. That would have to be more than 4 brand new games that I would actually wish to play for me to get Game Pass. And then even with that, there's a possibility of it not, of it going away, such is the case for many of other games. Like, for example, I'm a Metro fan too. Metro Exodus used to be on Game Pass for free, and then one day they eventually took it down off of Game Pass, and I had to rebuy it. And I was like, I'll buy this. This game is actually pretty fun. So, you know, you can use it to test the waters a little bit. What I also might recommend is, I don't know if they'll allow you to do this, but wait till a game a game that comes out on Game Pass Ultimate is coming to Game Pass Ultimate. Pay for it that month, or whenever it switches over, you'll have Game Pass Ultimate. Play it as much as you think you can, or beat it at least. I say at least beat these games. Excuse me. And or if you play the game, it turns out you don't like it, just cancel it. Just bring it back down to the lower tier. That seems like that would be the strategy. I don't know if that, and then Xbox might go and oh, you can't do that, and so many times throughout the year, kind of like your game share. You can only game share accounts so many times before it's like, oh, you gotta wait you gotta wait a while to do that again, buddy. You're not getting shit free on our dime, fuckhead.
I personally just don't understand why Xbox likes to self-sabotage like this.
Yeah. You don't understand why the mega corporation is trying to bleed more money out of you?
Yeah, but it just seems like at its own detriment. It doesn't make any sense. They have such a good thing going for them, and they just decide that they want to fuck everything up. I mean, Halo included. That's the only reason that I even bought Xbox was Halo. But there's not even. I'm probably not even gonna get the next Halo game. As big of a fan of Halo as I am, I think that they're gonna fuck it up as they fucked it up. Shit, 4 times in a row. And plus all the Xbox games, including Gears of War. It seems Gears of War is going on PlayStation too. And then like all their games are also going to PC as well. I don't even understand the purpose of owning an Xbox console. So I'm
cheaper entry point than PC.
Say what? Come again?
It's cheaper than getting a PC.
Yeah,
For a
you're
decent
right.
PC,
it's cheaper
it's
than getting
much
a
cheaper,
PC.
and
Yeah.
also-
But why not just get a PlayStation now? I just because that's another thing. All the games are cross-platform. In the past, it used to be all my friends were on Xbox and you were only playing with people on that console. Now that there's cross-platform between all 3 or 4, if you count sometimes the Nintendo Switch or whatever, everybody can play with one another regardless of what system that they're on. And I just really like the controller. That's the only thing. But if PlayStation has a controller similar to Xbox, I don't understand the point anymore. I don't see the point of Xbox, period. I might as well just get a PC because all the games are always on PC. I just don't. The Xbox seems irrelevant now. It even seems irrelevant with the Game Pass to me. It just seems like I guess if it's affordable, I don't know how much it costs to build a good PC. PlayStation's pretty expensive, but I'm assuming it's the same as a Xbox Series SX. Or it just, I don't think they're going to be around much longer. They're going to become like the Blockbuster of video games. I think that they're on their way out the door with all this dumb shit that they've been doing for a while now, which is a damn shame because
I mean, they've been making record revenue, so I don't think that.
Well, yeah, you say that, but everybody that's record revenue. If that's the case, I guess they can do no wrong.
I guess
that's
time
so
will
foreign
tell.
to me. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, you don't get it because you don't work in the C-suite. Neither of
I
us work
guess
in the
so.
C-suite. That's why we don't fucking get it. We don't get corporate greed. That's why we aren't CEOs.
I'm just a burnout fucktard that loves to abuse substances. So I guess you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, but I guess that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.
Bye-bye.